Started NEC play for you guys. Just thoughts about going into it. What have you seen early on from the two teams that you're going to get this weekend? And have you taken a look at Monmouth?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. So, what have you seen from FDU? Because obviously they've shaken things up quite a bit.
Yeah, the 7 of their now top 10 are new to the program. Mm-hmm. They've gotten a lot older. They've gotten a lot more talented. I think they've gotten a lot bigger and physically more imposing. They have 6'9", 230, 6'6", 240. They have some bigger, stronger guys in their roster than they did last year. They're extremely talented. They've struggled a little bit out of the gate. I think just so many new bodies and so many new players just trying to figure each other out. And I know from speaking with Shoes and listening to him on the NEC conference call, that was one of his concerns, was kind of getting everyone to buy in, getting everyone on the same page, and making sure that they were playing together as a team. And I think I've watched all 5 of their games so far, and I think each game they've gotten a little bit better doing that. And so I think he's got to be excited about getting into NEC play, to kind of give them some new birth and stuff like that. And we're as excited as you can be. I mean, we know this is where our bread is buttered. This is where we have to be sharp. We have to be crisp. Sometimes it's amazing to believe that NEC plays here already, but it's what it is, and we have to make sure we're fully prepared. And the last few days we've just been talking about how important defending your home court in conference play is. I think we looked over the last 10 years of NEC tournament champions, and the average losses per year was just 1. And so you can't mess around when you have home court advantage in the Northeast Conference, and we're trying to make sure that we're ready for the challenge Thursday.
Melkon Bolding is probably their highest profile new guy. He's done fairly well. I think he's only played 4 games out of 5. Who else, though, for FDU has really impressed you on tape?
Individually, talent-wise, they're all really talented. Lonnie Hayes is their starting point guard. He was a junior college All-American. He had 28 on Providence the opening night. George Goods, 6'9", 230-pound, 5th-year guy from Louisville, who was a probably top 150 player in the country coming out of high school. So he's extremely talented. You don't go to Louisville just because. Keanu Rockford, who's their 4-man, who's also a junior college transfer. He's leading the country in offensive rebounding right now at 6 a game. So they have really increased, their profile talent-wise. And, I've been impressed with all of them. I mean, you see, as we look at our edit and we watch game film, each of them have spectacular plays night in and night out. And so that, obviously, as a coach, is concerning, because that's a dangerous team that once they get on a roll offensively, or they kind of get in their groove and maybe their chemistry gels, they become a very dangerous team.
Obviously, you've now experienced this little early bit of conference play now in the Northeast Conference the last couple of years. But as a head coach, what do you like? What do you not like about having this sort of 2-game preview of what the conference play is going to be like once you hit it in January?
I like having 2 home games.
Sure.
And that's something that is rare around here, home games. That's one thing I do like about it, and the league's been good. They've made sure every other year we've been at home, or to give us a little bit of balance. I like that. I don't necessarily love the December weekend. I think they're doing away with it actually in the future. But it's the teams we're going to see on Thursday and Saturday. When we play them again in January, February, they're going to be completely different teams. And so it's really hard to draw on your experience from playing them previously, because they're going to be so different. King Rice is a brand new coach putting in a brand new system. Right. Shoes has 7 new players. So they're going to be completely different teams in January and February. So you don't really get a fair maybe assessment of who they're going to become and what they can become. That being said, you still have to take what the schedule gives you, and that means we have to be prepared for 2 league games, because they're the most important games we have on our schedule.
What's David Apollon's status in recovering from his injury? Have you?
He practiced yesterday.
Okay.
For the first time, he was cleared. He practiced yesterday. I guess I can speak about it. I'm not going to violate any HIPAA laws, but he practiced yesterday. A little bit out of shape, as you could imagine. He's been out for a couple weeks, and he's been working out on the side for about the last 7 to 10 days, but that doesn't simulate, a practice. So, it was good to have him back. He's a live body. He's got to really work on increasing his knowledge of what we're doing and how we're doing it, because he has missed so much time, and because he's a freshman. So it's not like he had a great knowledge base coming into practice. So it's good to get him in. We're going to see kind of how he responds today, and see what tomorrow comes, and kind of just take it slowly, and as he progresses and as he gains some confidence, maybe try and get him in there and see what develops.
for him and really for all the freshmen. I mean, you get him back. That's another body. It proves that he can do what you want him to do. You still have Darren, who's not getting a whole lot of minutes, but it's obviously scout team practice, and Mike's coming back. Is it sort of crunch time for maybe the younger guys, the next few games and next few practices, to make sure that they are grasping the system, or otherwise they're going to see their minutes sort of dwindle?
I don't know, because one of the things that's nice to have is options and multiple lineups, and it's hard to get 10, 11, 12 guys substantial minutes. But what I think it does is it creates great competition, and so you got to make sure that you're on top of your game every day. And if you don't like what you're getting in the game, well, then prove it in practice. And so I think that can continue to help us improve if we have guys that are working every day to try and take minutes from somebody else, and not in a selfish way, but just trying to get themselves better and get the program better. And I think if everyone's under that frame of mind that you got to work in practice in order to see the minutes you feel you deserve in the game, well, we're going to have better practices, and as a result, be a better team. So, Darren's been working really hard. He's been getting extra workouts, extra lifts, and he's got to continue to prove in practice that he's capable of going in the game. Practice is where you earn your minutes with me, and there's some coaches maybe that don't buy into that thought process, but unfortunately, I don't believe you can do it in the game if you can't do it in practice. And I'm not willing to stake our program's success or failures on a hunch that you're going to be able to just all of a sudden turn it on when the lights come on. So you got to prove it every day in practice. You got to bring the proper attitude to practice, and then if you do that, then you'll get your opportunity in the game, and then you got to go prove it in the game as well.
Yeah.
It's not like just because you get your opportunity that you continue to keep that opportunity at all times, because things change very quickly. And one of the things that we have at times, especially with so many freshmen, is inconsistency. And so if we now have maybe one guy's playing well one night and another night someone else is playing better, well, maybe they get a little more time. So it's nice to, like I said, have those options.